Well, now to the Korean Peninsula, where Pyongyang continued its launches of ballistic missiles overnight. South Korea says that they were fired from a western coastal town just north of the country's capital city and then fell into the sea outside of Japan's exclusive economic zone. There are no reports of damages or aircraft or any vessels in the area. In the meantime, though, the sister of North Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un, sent a chilling warning that North Korea could turn the Pacific into, quote, a firing range as it continues to raise its concerns about U.S. joint military drills with South Korea. CBS News foreign correspondent Lucy Kraft is following the latest for us, and she's joining us now from Tokyo. So, Lucy, good to see you. What do we know about this sort of latest round of missile launches from North Korea?
Yes, Japan's defense ministry said 2 North Korean missiles landed outside Japan's exclusive economic zone, traveling a distance of up to 250 miles. North Korean state media later said the projectiles had been fired from a multiple rocket launcher, described as an offensive weapon capable of bombing locations throughout South Korea. This latest provocation followed U.S. joint air training exercises with South Korea and Japan, drills held after North Korea launched one of its most powerful long-range missiles, the Hwasong-15, which landed about 125 miles off the coast of northern Japan. Japanese defense officials said the intercontinental ballistic missile was capable of reaching anywhere in the U.S. The sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un later issued a statement threatening to turn the Pacific Ocean into, in her words, a firing range in response to U.S. military activity.
And then what sort of reaction have we seen to these launches so far?
Japanese officials called the launches absolutely unacceptable, a threat to global as well as regional peace and security. They've requested an emergency meeting of the United Nations Security Council, likely to be held later this week. In Seoul, the head of the ruling party reiterated calls that North Korea acquire a nuclear deterrent. In the wake of a spike in North Korean missile testing over the last year, polling shows 3/4 of South Koreans now favor acquiring nuclear weapons, a move that would dramatically raise tensions on the Korean Peninsula.
And so, is there an expectation that these launches will continue? I mean, often what we see from North Korea is that there are pivotal times when the launches sort of ramp up. Of course, this is one of them, when there are these joint military exercises with South Korea.
Yes, North Korea has threatened new and forceful retaliation in response to joint U.S.-South Korean military drills, which it views as rehearsal for invasion, but which the U.S. and its allies describe as defensive in nature. Simulated nuclear tabletop exercises between the U.S. and South Korea are set for this week, and next month both computer-simulated and the annual Freedom Shield field exercises are scheduled. After an unprecedented rise in missile tests last year, the region is bracing for a dramatic upsurge in North Korean missile launches and nuclear testing in 2023.
All right, Lucy, thank you very much.
Thank you.